Hi friends, this is a new session about time and work chapter. This is an important chapter in your arithmetic portion. So in this session, we will discuss about various concepts of time and work, and we will discuss few questions to understand those concepts. So let us start. Basically, in time and work, uh, all the questions you can solve using two methods. One is called fraction of work method, fraction of work, and another is unit based method. We will discuss both the methods. Let us first take an example. A is a person. A takes 20 days to do a particular job. In time and work questions, always you remember that you have to take the total amount of work is always one part. Total work. So I can say that in 20 days, A can do one part of the job. In one day, how much work will be done by A? That is 1/20th of the work. So this is the concept you will be using in different questions. Let us discuss a question one by one. This is the question. It is given that a simple question. A is 20 days. It takes 20 days to do a particular job. B takes 30 days to do the same job. In how many days they can finish the job working together? First, we will discuss about the fraction of work method. Then we will discuss about the second method, that is unit approach. So as we have discussed, the total amount of work is 1. So in 20 days, A does one part of the work. So in one day, how much work will be done by A? That is 1/20. Similarly for B, in one day, how much work will be done by B? That is 1/30. Now since both are working together in one day, total work is how much? Total work, you can say, you just add up 1/20 plus 1/30. So that thing you will get 3 plus 2, 5/60. So this is equals to 1/12. So if 1/12 of work is done in one day, total work is 1. That will be obviously done by them in 12 days. So this is all about the fraction of work method. Now let us discuss another thing, that is unit approach. What is it? Unit approach means total amount of work you have to take certain units. And what is that? If it is 20 days in 30 days, ideally you should take the LCM. So LCM of 20 and 30 is 60. Let us assume that total work is 60. Total work is 60. Why we have taken 60? Because it is the LCM of 20 and 30. Now, if total work is 60 units, since A completes the job in 20 days, so in one day, A will do 60/20 units of work. That is 3 units. Similarly, this is about A. Similarly, B will do in one day 60/30 units of work. That is 2 units. Now, since both are working together in one day, they will do 3 plus 2, that is 5 units of work. So 5 units of work completed in how many days? That is in one day. What is my total work? Total work I have taken, assume that it is 60. So 60 units of work will be done in how many days? That is 60/5. That is 12 days. So these are the both method. One is on the basis of fraction of work method, and another is unit based method. Let us discuss another question. Now in this question, there are 3 persons other, A, B and C. A takes 20 days, B takes 30 days, C takes 60 days. In how many days they can finish the job working together? So here also, let us first discuss about the fraction of work method. Fraction of work. As I will assume here that my total work is 1. So in 1 day, how much work is done by A, B, and C together? That is 1 by 20 plus 1 by 30 plus 1 by 60. So that comes around 63 plus 2 plus 1, that is 6 by 60, or it is 1 by 10. So 1 by 10 of work done in how many days? That is 1 day. They are working together. Total amount of work is 1 part. So 1 part of work will be done in 10 days. So this is about the fraction of work method. Now let us discuss about the unit based approach. Unit based. Again, you have to take the LCM 20, 30 and 60. The LCM is 60 only. So total amount of work I can take, total work is 60 units. Now, since A does 20 days, it takes 20 days to do the job. So in 1 day, the amount of work done by A will be 60 by 20, that is 3 units. Similarly, for B, it is 60 by 30, that is 2 units. And for C, 60 by 60, that is 1 unit. So total work done by A, B, C together in 1 day is 3 plus 2 plus 1, that is 6 units. 6 units work is done in how many days? That is 1 day. Total amount of work I have taken 60 units. So 60 units will be done in 60 by 6, that is 10 days. So these are the both methods that you can use to solve various questions of time and work. We have to take a call which method will be useful in, based on the questions. Now we will discuss various questions and we will see which method is more useful for that question. Now let us discuss another concept, that is working alternatively. So what is given in this question? A takes 20 days to do the job. B takes 30 days to do the job. In how many days they can finish the job? Working on alternatives. What is working on alternatives? Let us understand first. Suppose this is my timeline. This is my timeline of work. If I divide into days, then if A comes first day, then B will come for second day. A comes third day, B comes fourth day, and it goes on accordingly till the completion of the job. Okay. So 20 days A takes and 30 days B takes. Let us assume that the total amount of work is 60 units again, because 60 is the LCM of 20 and 30. So total work I can write 60 units. If total work is 60 units, how much work is done by A in 1 day? That is 3 units. A does 3 units of work in 1 day, and B does 60 by 30, that is 2 units. So A does, I can write here, A does 3 units of work here, B does 2 units of work here, and the total is how much? 5 units. So 5 units of work is done in how many days? 5 units is completed in 2 days. And 60 units, that is the total amount of work, will be completed in how many days? That is 2 by 5 into 60. So you will get 24 days. This is answered. So answer is 24 days. Now let us discuss another question on working alternatively. Yes. And in this question, see, A takes 30 days, B takes 40 days to do the job. In how many days they can finish job working alternate days, if they have given the 2 conditions, if A starts the job, if B starts the job. In the previous question, there was no conditions given, A starts or B starts, but is there any change? If I say if B starts the job, then also in 2 days they are working 5 units, and total amount of work will be done in 24. So the answer is not going to change. But what is happening for this question. Let us see. Here 30 days, 40 days. So my total amount of work, I can assume total work is LCM of 30 and 40. Let's take it as 120 units. If 120 units is the total amount of work, how much work is done by A in one day? That is 120 by 30, 4 units. And by B, 120 by 40, 3 units. Now let me draw my timeline again. So this is the timeline. Let me erase this again. So this is my timeline. Okay, and these are the days, I can say A, B. So let us assume that first A starts, and the first question says that A starts the job. A, B, it goes on. Okay, so what is the amount of work done by A? 4 units. So here A does 4 units on the first day, B does 3 units, again A does 4 units, B does 3, and it goes on. So there is a cyclicity. AB, the pattern will continue. So total 7 units of work. 7 units. 7 units of work is done in how many days? 2 days. Now you see, what is my total amount of work here? 120 units. 120 is directly not divisible by 7. In the previous question, my total amount of work was 60 units and 60 was directly divisible by 5. So we could do very simply, and it did, whosoever starts the work, my answer remains same. But here it will change. 7 units of work is done in 2 days. Total is 120 units of work. What should I multiply so that it is very close to 120? If I multiply 7 with 17, it becomes 119. That is very close to 120. Let us multiply. 7 into 17. Units of work done in how many days? 2 into 17, that is 34 days. So in 34 days, I can say that 7 into 17, that is 119. 119 units of work is already done. How much work is pending? The pending work, I can say, that is 120 minus 119, 120 minus 119, that is 1 unit of work is pending. If 1 unit of work is pending, who will come? Since A started the job, so this cyclicity of the 34th day, B will be working. On 35th day, who will come for work? That is A only. So A does 4 units of work in 1 day, but pending work is 1 unit. So how much time required by A to complete the job? That is 1 by 4 days. So after 34 days, A require 1 by 4 more days to finish the job. So my first answer is 34 plus 1 by 4. What will happen if B starts the job? If B starts a job, see, till 34 days, nothing is going to change. So in 34 days, they have done 119 amount of work, but after 34 days, again, 1 unit of job is pending, and B does 3 units of work in 1 day. So 1 unit of work will be completed by B in 1/3 days. 1/3 day. So the total time required by B to complete is 34 plus 1 by 3. So this is the difference. Till 34 days, there is no change, but the extra amount of the extra day required if A starts is 1 by 4, and the extra day required if B starts the job is 1 by 3. So there are both answers: 34 plus 1 by 4, 34 plus 1 by 3. This is another concept. Share in total amount. Let us read the question first. A takes 20 days to do the job, B takes 30 days to do the job, C takes 60 days to do the job. Now they started working together and finished the job and paid the total amount of 216 rupees for the completion of the job. What is the amount received by A, B, and C respectively? Now in this question, you see the total amount is 216. logically into the total amount will be divided in what ratio? This should be divided in the ratio of the amount of work done by individual. So let us discuss that first. 20, 30 and 60 is there. So total amount of work I can take as the LCM of all these three, that is 60. So total work is 60. If total work is 60, what is the unit of work done by A in one day? A does 60 by 20, that is 3 units, and B does 60 by 30, that is 2 units. Let's write units. And C does 60 by 60, 1 unit. Now this is the amount of work done by them in one day. So it is in the ratio of 3:2:1. So this ratio will remain same till the completion of the job. So the total amount also should be divided in this ratio. So my total amount is 216. I can write here 216. 216 should be divided in 3 ratio, that is 3:2:1. This is the part of A, that is the part of B, this is the part of C. So what is the amount of money that A will receive? That is, as using the properties of ratio proportion, I can say 3 by 3 plus 2 plus 1 into the total amount, that is 216. So this comes 3 by 6, so half, that is 108 rupees. And what is the amount of work done, amount received by B? That is 2 by total, that is 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6 into 216. So 1/3 of 216, that you will get 72 rupees. And amount received by C, 1 by 6 into 216, 1/6 of 216, that comes around 36. So this is the individual amount received by A, B, C. The only concept you need to remember is the amount will always be divided in the ratio of the work done by individual. This question also we can discuss using the method of fraction of work method. So in fraction of work, what we used to take the total amount of work is 1 unit instead of 60 units, 1 part. So if it is 1 part, so what is the part of work done by A in one day? That is half, 1 by 20. And the amount of work done by B in one day is 1 by 30. And amount of work done by A in amount of work done by C in one day is 1 by 60. Suppose assume that they take X days to finish the job. I am not going to find out how many days they require. Suppose they take X days, so total work done by A in till the completion of job is X by 20, and this is X by 30 plus for B, and it is X by 60. So now the amount of work, the total amount, as we have discussed, the basic thing is that you have to divide on the ratio of their amount of work done by individual. So the total amount will be divided in this ratio, that is X by 20 is to X by 30 is to X by 60. This is 60. So it comes down to like 1 by 20, 1 by 30, 1 by 60. And if you simplify this ratio, you will get 3:2:1. So the thing is same right now. 216 we have to divide into 3 parts. 3:2:1. So as we have done in the previous question, the previous method, A will get 3 by 6 into 216, that is 108, and B will get 2 by 6 into 216, that is 72, and C will get 1 by 6 into 216, that is 36. So you can apply any method, either fraction of work method or the unit based method, you will get the same answer. Now this is another concept, is efficiency. So efficiency, let us discuss. First thing we need to remember is efficiency and number of days are inversely proportional. Why? Because if a person is more efficient, he will require less number of days to finish the job. And if he is less efficient, then he will require more number of days to finish the job. So if in normal efficiency, a person named A can do a work in 20 days. how many days he will require to finish the job if his efficiency doubles. If his efficiency doubles, then naturally he will require less number of days. So if efficiency, I can write here, efficiency doubles, then number of days required by A to finish the job will be 10 days only, just it's half. Similarly, if I say efficiency becomes half, efficiency of A becomes half, then how many days required by A to finish the job? That will be just the double, because it is inversely proportional. A will require 40 days to finish the job. Right. So in all the efficiency question, it is always advisable to convert that thing into number of days. Then it becomes a regular questions for you. There is no case of efficiency you need to discuss. So let us discuss one by one question based on efficiencies. This is the first question. A takes 20 days to do the job and B takes 30 days to do the job, same job. A works 1/3 of his efficiency and B works twice of his efficiency. In how many days they can finish the job? Now let us write it here first. A, B. So in the normal regular efficiency, they can take 20 days in 30 days. Now since A's efficiency increase, it becomes 1/3. So it will require more days. So right now A will require 20 into 3, that is 60 days to finish the job. And B works at twice of his efficiency. So number of days required by B will be less. That will be just half, that is 15 days. So once we converted everything into number of days, there is no need to discuss anything about the efficiency. Now we can solve this question in a regular thing, that A takes 60 days to finish the job and B takes 15 days to finish the job. In how many days they can finish the job working together? Again, we can take the total amount of work is 60 units, because it is the LCM of 60 and 50. So amount of work done by A in one day is 60 by 60, 1 unit. Amount of work done by B in one day is 60 by 15, 4 units. Total work is 5 units, 5 units done by both in one day. And total amount of work, I have assumed it as 60 units. So 60 units will be done in how many days? 60 by 5, that is 12 days. This is another question on efficiency. Let us go through it. A takes 20 days, B takes 40 days to do the job. Right now here they have given A's efficiency decreased by 20% and B's efficiency increased by 60%. In how many days they can finish the job working together? And how is it different from the previous question? Here it has given 1/3 or twice of his efficiency, but here the efficiency is given like some increase or decrease percentage. So how to find out the number of days? Okay. First, let us discuss about the efficiency for the case of A. For the case of A, efficiency decreased by 20%. Efficiency, sorry, pardon my voice. Efficiency decreased by 20%. So efficiency, if it was 100, it will become 80. Now, if efficiency is becomes 100 to 80, the number of days required is just the reverse ratio. So if it was 80, it will become 100. Now, what is the actual days required by A to finish the job as given in the question? 20 days. So if earlier A was taking 20 days, right now how many days required by A to finish the job with the decreased efficiency? If 80 is equivalent to 100, 20 is equivalent to what? 80 by 4 is 20. So 100 by 4 is 25. So with the reduced efficiency, A will require 25 days to finish the job. Similarly, let us find the case of B. In the case of B, efficiency of B increased by 60%. So if efficiency was earlier 100, it becomes 160. Now the number of days required by B will be the just reverse ratio of the reverse thing. 160. If it was 160, then it will become 100. Now, what is the actual days required by B? It's given in the question, that is 40 days. So if B was requiring 40 days to finish the job, how many days required by B to finish the job right now? 160 divided by 4 is 40. So 100 divided by 4, that is also 25. It is just the unitary method, you can say. So right now, with the changed efficiency, A required 25 days and B required 25 days to do the work individually. Now they are working together. Now again, let me take LCM is 25 units, total amount of work. So in one day, amount of work done by A is 1 unit. A does 1 unit of work in one day. Similarly, B will also do 1 unit of work in one day. So 2 units of work is finished in 2 units. 2 units of work is finished in one day. Total work is 25 units. 25 units will be done in how many days? That is 12.5 days. So this is the answer, 12.5 days. This is another concept, that is the different contribution. What is the different contribution? Let us read the question first, then we will discuss about the contribution part. A takes 20 days to do the job, B takes 30 days to do the job, and C takes 60 days to do the job. A started the job, B joins after 2 days, and C joined after another 6 days. In how many days they can finish the job working together? So contribution means, see, here in this question, A was working from the beginning till the end, but B, he joined after 2 days only, and C joined after 6 more days. So the contributions are different. So for this kind of questions, we have to first draw the timeline. We have to see on which day who was working. Let me draw this timeline first. Okay. Now, let us go by the question. A started the job. Okay. A starts the job, and till 2 days, no one is there. So only A was there. So it is 2 days. A was working alone. B joined after 2 days, and A, right now, A and B both are working for how many more days? That is 6 days. After 6 more days, C joins. So after 6 days, all are working, A plus B plus C, and this thing continues till the end of the job. Let us take total X days to finish the job. This question let us discuss by using the fraction of work method. So if fraction of work method I am using, total amount of work is 1 part. So amount of work done by A in one day is 1 by 20. Amount of work done by B in one day is 1 by 30, and by C is 1 by 60. So directly let me write the equations. Total amount of work done by A in 2 days is amount of work in one day, that is 1 by 20 into 2 plus. Now A and B are working, so I can say 1 by 20 plus 1 by 30, and they are working for how many days? That is 6 days. So this is the total amount of work done in this stretch, second stretch, plus all are working. After that, 1 by 20 plus 1 by 30 plus 1 by 60, and let's say they do the work for X days and finish the job. Total amount of work is always 1, so I can equate it to 1. Now the thing is just to solve the equation. 1 by 10 plus this is 20, 60. If I take LCM, that is 355. 5 by 60 into 6 plus this is, if I take LCM as 60, it is 3 plus 2 plus 1, that is 6 by 60 into X equals to 1. So it is 1 by 10 plus half plus X by 10 equals to 1. X by 10 equals to 1 minus this, if it goes that side, 10 you can take common, 1 plus 5, that is 1 minus 6 by 10, it is 4 by 10. So you will get X equals to 4 days. X is 4 days, so they require 4 more days to finish the job. But what is my answer? My answer is how many days they require? 2 plus 6 plus 4. 2 plus 6 plus 4, that is 12 days. So they require 12 days to finish the job. So if in the question like different contributions, it is always advisable to draw the timeline. After that, you can equate either by taking the unit based approach or by fraction of work approach. So this is just the basic about time at work concept. So this is all about the basic concepts we discussed about time and work. In the next session, we will discuss various important questions from time and work, the more complicated one, and then the basics of your pipes in system and other concepts like your unitary based methods. Thank you, friends. We will meet you in the next session.